Happy Fresh Fade Friday, everyone. So we haven't made a barber video in a while, but since you guys probably seen the short, we're going to be doing a 9-month review of the Babyliss FXone. We're going to get into this situation as well, as you've seen in the thumbnail. First, we got this back in November. We made a video on it saying it sucked, right? As clickbait, of course. I do love the clippers, but 9 months later, we're going to get into the reason why it has a huge flaw. So the clippers themselves retail for about $200 to $300, which is pretty pricey, especially if you're starting out barbering or self-cuts or whatever. It's pretty pricey. I know people said that this is overkill because you don't really need to interchange batteries for self-cut. It is overkill for sure. I love Babyliss. I love the innovation that this had, but definitely needs to be improved, especially for this like first gen product. It definitely needs to be improved. First, let's talk about the things that I do like about it. So I do like that it doesn't get hot. I like that it's very comfortable to hold. They do have grips that you can find on third-party markets, like to be able to cut a bit better. For self-cuts in general, it is very easy to hold. I'm just used to the weight. So some people say it's a little heavy. Some people say it's just right. I'm used to the weight now, and it's nice and balanced as opposed to the previous gen where it was too heavy on one side rather than it being on the other side. This one is a lot more balanced compared to the previous gen. Now, I have had my FX original for about 3 years prior to having this one, and that one worked perfectly fine, except the blades got a lot more dull. It wasn't cutting as close to the skin as possible with no guard, so I had to get rid of it and upgrade onto this one. Also, I just didn't like having to, have it wired in whenever I had the batteries dead. This one, you can easily buy 2 batteries, interchange them, or you can even buy the trimmer and interchange both of those batteries. This is the FX trimmer, Graphite 2.0, as you can see here. This is a good trimmer. It's extremely loud though, and many people have commented that, like, trimmers are super loud. They are. Like, look at this, ready? That is insanely loud compared to this. I love that they're a lot more quiet. They have a nice hum. I think the motor is too powerful to the point where the battery actually pops off. So that's the negative that I've been having and the issue with it. So if we take off this little tape here, you can see the battery. It's fully charged, right? The eject button here on the back, whenever you're doing self-cuts especially, it's super sensitive. The button is super sensitive. So I'm not even having the clipper on right now, but it's super sensitive. You press it multiple times when you're doing self-cuts. I don't know if anyone has this specifically for self-cuts. Let me know in the comments down below if you use it for self-cuts as well. But for me, whenever I'm doing it on the back, sometimes I press the button on accident, or whenever I'm fading the hair, sometimes I might press the button on accident. Long story short, they need a lock button. So yes, they need an eject button, but make it so that you can actually physically lock the battery into place. That way you don't accidentally press the button and it, ruins the haircut or just stops when you don't want it to. Because you only really need to eject it only once every week, I would say. I don't know. The battery life on here is really, really good. Don't get me wrong. It's nice that it's interchangeable, like I mentioned. It's nice that the device stays very cold. But other than this one flaw, it just sucks. Obviously, I'm still going to keep it, which is why I have this little tape. But for people out there that are doing barbering constantly and want to look for good pair, these are good. But you might need to use tape in 9 months because the baby's trying to pop out. So I'm going to show you what it looks like here. I'm not even going to press the button on the back. I'm just going to turn it on and then the battery is going to pop off. Ready? 3, 2, 1. And it still does it right there. There we go. You see how, like, even in the slightest movement, so yeah, it does that multiple times. You guys seen it in the YouTube short. So yeah, they do need to add a locking mechanism. I know they have this little thing here. If people actually use this, let me know in the comments. Personally, I have never used that in a day of my life. They should honestly just have this as a locking mechanism instead, and not saying to pull it out, or maybe pull it out in order to unlock it, and then you can actually take out the battery and then lock it by pressing this in. I don't know. Just make it so you can lock the battery physically in place, because right now it's held on by plastic and hopes and prayers on the inside, which they should just upgrade it to metal or just upgrade the materials, because they cheaped out on the inside, which is weird. They had this as metal and everything else like that. Very, very well constructed, but on the inside and the battery, the part that actually matters, they cheaped out a little bit on that mechanism. So I'm saying this as a helpful reminder. Yes, obviously Babyliss knows what they're doing, and they're doing a good job. Just one flaw. So for the second gen, hopefully we see that. Babyliss, if you're watching this video, just know I'm not hating on the product. product. I love your products. I'm probably gonna buy a new trimmer soon, so, but it's not gonna be the FXone. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna buy another FXone until they fix this issue. I don't wanna keep using tape every single time. And this only just recently happened, and I know it's gonna start happening to a lot more people that just got them the same time than when I got them. I got them the day of the release, so having it for 9 months, they definitely did not do a lot of testing when it came to this long term, which they definitely need to. When you're doing new product launches, you have to do intensive testing. So as you can see, I just cut my hair yesterday, and this is what it looks like. If you want to check out my tutorials, I'll leave a link in the description or at the end of the video, iCard. Just check out my channel. I do a bunch of stuff, tech, barbering, shoes, a bunch of stuff. So a lot of variety, I would say. I also do a bunch of giveaways as well. I was going to be giving away an FXone at 500 likes on my other video, but I'm debating now, because if I'm gonna buy an expensive pair of clippers and they actually stop working or the battery just goes downhill from there, then you know, you're gonna have an issue like me. So maybe I'll reach out to Babyliss, let them know. I don't know, but you know, the lever is super satisfying. I love that the lever is super satisfying. I don't like the floating lever, because you know, you have to adjust it perfectly in the middle and then perfectly on the other side. This one is just quick. You don't have to look at the lever. You just know, okay, I'm all the way at the end, go down 2 clicks, boom, I'm halfway, boom, I'm all the way closed. It's super quick and convenient. So even blindly lever playing, I don't have to look at it. I can quickly and easily do my fades with this Babyliss. So that cuts down time for the haircut process, which saves you time, and it makes you more money if you're doing barbering on clients. To each their own. They do have multiple different products available. I don't know if they have any without the levers. Maybe you guys check it out in the future. In terms of design, it looks exactly the same, except for this bottom piece, changed it new, and the top piece right here, which it is helpful. I don't use it all the time, because you don't really ever have to clean it that much, except for right now I am seeing a bit of hair, so I might have to clean that. I'm not too sure on how to clean it, because I usually use the spray, the disinfectant spray. I don't know if you could put it in there, but you know, it's cool to have that. Definitely really good, because like this one's a little harder to clean, so, but this one is a lot easier to clean. And by the way, the blade type that I have on works perfectly. So out of the box, MIM taper blade. This one is very good. It's a scooping motion. As you can see there, it's a little arched. It helps really, really well when it comes to self cuts, especially. So if you're looking for a out of the box, zero gapped pair of clippers, these ones come out of the box zero gapped, which is nice. So you don't really have to do any maintenance when it comes to doing that, or the blades themselves are interchangeable. You can obviously get new ones. Babyliss sells them for like 20-30 bucks, and they last a very long time. I want to say 3 to 5 years on average are how long the blades last. Of course, it determines on how long you use them for. Like if you're using them constantly every day and cutting hair 8 hours a day, then it might be a little bit less. But if you're doing self cuts like me once a week, every single week for a couple years, then yeah, it'll go dull 3 to 5 years. So yeah, that's what I have to say about the Babyliss FXone. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this video. This time it's not clickbait. I'm not even gonna put Babyliss sucks in the title. You just gotta see the facts. Let me put this back on here. That's my own locking mechanism, the ghetto edition. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. We out.